Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here, or you've been here before but have not subscribed yet, please do so, along with hitting that thumbs up button for me, and drop your comments. Love the comments, especially after tonight. I mean, this was fantastic result. We're going to get into it all. Here we go. The New York Knicks pull out the 7th straight win in a row, 109-106 over the Indiana Pacers in Indiana. So this was the 6th straight road victory for the Knicks. Fantastic. The Knicks are now 17-13, firmly in 6th place. And it was an all-around team effort, but at the end, in that fourth quarter, it was all about that fourth quarter execution, the end game execution. As you can see here, I tweeted this out. Fantastic end game play by the Knicks to win their 7th straight and 6th road win in a row. World of difference when you have someone with a knockout punch on your team. Jalen BRUNSON is a beast in crunch time. New York outscores Indiana 16-7 in last 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go, 17-13. Yeah, we were down 99-93. 99-93, and it looked like the Pacers were going to go away with it because they were hitting three-point shots. Buddy Hield was hitting tough, contested three-point shots. Aaron Nesmith was a problem for the defense in that fourth quarter. They stepped up, but so did Brunson. Let me check this out. In fact, you know what? Let's, before we go on, I'm going to show you another interesting tweet. This is thanks to New York basketball. This is Rick Carlisle in the Postgame. He says, right now, New York is as good as any team in the NBA. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle. Knicks leave Indiana with their 7th straight win. You know, the facts bear it out. The New York Knicks now are the team with the longest active winning streak, and it's 7 straight. Incredible. When you think back to, there was a time when the Knicks were 6-7, right after that devastating OKC loss, where we gave up 145 points to OKC. We were 6-7. The team looked like it was like on the verge of kind of breaking apart, honestly. Didn't have an identity. They weren't playing good defense. They weren't playing defense. They gave 145 points to OKC, and they were about to go on that West Coast road trip. Well, the road trip was overall successful. They came back 3-2, but then they dropped the tough loss to the Bucks. Tough loss to I forgot who the other team, but then it was Dallas, the Dallas one. And since that one, the Knicks have not lost since then. They've won 11 of 6 since that OKC loss for a 647 win percentage. And they have faced 21 total opponents in the NBA. So they've faced more than 2/3 of all the opponents in the NBA, and they are currently with a very, very beautiful win percentage. Let's go to, here you go. You can see it. They've won 567 of their games. They're only 4.5 games back from first. And they're tied with the Sixers right there. The Sixers is 16-12. Brooklyn Nets, I'm not sure if this includes the win tonight that they have, but Brooklyn Nets are also on a nice roll. They've won 7 of 8 in December alone. So I had a feeling that we're going to eventually wake up. Any team with Kevin Durant on it, and Kyrie, if he's playing, it's going to be dangerous. The Sixers have kind of righted their ship a bit too. They're up there now. They're in 5th place. Cleveland is still hanging in. They're 20-11, 3rd place. And then the Celtics actually fell out of first, statistically, percentage-wise, recently. They lost actually today. It was kind of an odd loss. And the Bucks are now in 1st place. But the Celtics have the most wins. It's going to basically, and here comes Miami. Miami's right there, 16-15. Atlanta 15-15. Indiana 15-16. They've dropped below 500 thanks to the New York Knicks handing them a loss. Toronto is now 13-16, and I'm not sure they might actually be 13-17 by this point. And then the Bulls. I don't see the Bulls getting better. I could see Toronto making a bit of a run. Not sure if Indiana's going to be able to hang in there at the 500 level. I think they're going to drop a little bit. I don't see the Wizards making a run. I don't see the Magic. I don't see Detroit and Charlotte. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about Miami. Miami and Toronto are the 2 teams, because I don't see Atlanta doing it either. There's just something wrong. with that Hawks squad right now. And DeJounte Murray, he got hurt, unfortunately because of RJ. So who knows? But then again, they're always a threat. So I see Indiana dropping down. So there's 3 teams that are legitimately going to compete with the Knicks for that 6th seed. So it's going to be a bloodbath. And the best thing about bloodbaths is having a great defense and a super clutch player. Super clutch player. Check this out. So in the first, let's get to the highlights. Here we go. In the first quarter, okay, there were 3 different leading scorers in each quarter for the Knicks. The first quarter, it was Julius Randle with 11 points. In the second quarter, it was RJ Barrett with 12 points. And then in the third quarter, which, we were kind of a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team in that third quarter, Jalen Brunson delivers with 14 points. He ended up 30 points overall. Super clutch buckets at the end of the fourth quarter. But Randle with his 6 clutch free throws in a row. Wow. It was mind-boggling at the end of that fourth to help win it. To help win it. And that was in a game where he missed 3 free throws during, I think it was in the second quarter. 3 free throws that we needed. Maybe it was the third quarter, actually. But 3 in a row. And here he hits 6 in a row when it matters the most. Super clutch. Super clutch. Even though he didn't have such a great fourth quarter overall, offensively, but defensively he was there. IQ had a nice game defensively. His shot is still driving me nuts. I'm still waiting for it to start heating up. It's not. So, Randle, top scorer first quarter. RJ, top scorer second quarter. Brunson, third quarter, top scorer. In the fourth quarter, it was Randle and Brunson both had 6 points. That was it. They were tied for top scorers, but 8 Knicks scored in that fourth quarter. 8 Knicks in a game that was tight. Not a game where the bench was emptied out. That's it. 8 Knicks scored in that fourth quarter. Well balanced. It was gritty. They fought hard defensively. They ended up giving up 106 points, but mostly it's because Indiana, their 3-point shooting was legit tonight. It kind of went away from them for a little while, but when they needed it and it kept them around in this game. There's Mathurin, man. Look at that. That was vicious. He got off to a bad start. He was like 1 of 7, but he ended up having a decent game towards the end. Let's see, what did he finish? 15 points. Actually, no, he shot 4 of 16. But, man, Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield hit 5 of 10 3-point shots. He's such a pest. He's such a pest when he's out there. And Aaron Nesmith, I was impressed by the way he played tonight. He ended up with 23 points. He was tied for the high score with the Pacers, with Buddy Hield. He shot 9 of 12 overall, and he hit 4 of 6 of his 3-point shots. Now, he was always known as a 3-point shooter. I remember scouting him, looking at him for the Knicks possibly. But I didn't think he had enough size. I think he was kind of too much of a tweener. Wasn't big enough, wasn't fast enough. But look what he's done here. He's really delivered for the Pacers. He kept them around. He helped. He played some good defense on Randle. Some solid defense. And he's only 6'5". He was guarding Randle. Ended up with 23 points and 10 rebounds. But Randle, 25 points and 14 rebounds. 3 offensive. And Mitch Robinson also with a double-double. So we had 2 guys with double-doubles. Mitch Robinson finished with 10 points and 13 rebounds. And he got 4 monster blocks. 4 blocks. He was disrupting the Pacers so much in the paint. He was making them second-guess themselves. And it caused... there's Nesmith right there. Causing turnovers that they should not be making. So here the game was tied in that third quarter. This was an interesting game to watch. I enjoyed watching it, even though I felt like, we should have pulled away in that fourth quarter, and then it went the other way. And man, did that headache start coming. That headache started coming. But I am incredibly... I feel the New York Knicks, and I'm going to eat some crow here. I feel the New York Knicks are incredibly lucky to have Jalen Brunson as their point guard. And you know me, I wanted to hand the keys to IQ. So let's go. Let's find out what he has. But we were able to acquire Jalen Brunson. The guy has been everything we have needed. He finished with 30 points, Only three dimes, interestingly. But he had two big steals. He ended up with 5 personal fouls, but it's because he was getting beat up left and right. He was taking charges, and sometimes he didn't get the call. Kind of went against him. The refereeing was a little odd in this game, but it did feel overall they kept it consistent for both sides. I don't know. At one time I didn't think so, but towards the end it did feel like that. So here you go. Now we're down 99-93. Look at this play. Comes up. Look at Mitch. Boom! Big bucket right there. Big bucket, but it came off a Brunson penetration. Here we go. Brunson penetrates again. This was Grimes' only bucket of the night. Right there. The 3-point shot. That's it. He had 3 or 4 from the free throw line, but that was it. Oh, this was a heartbreaker right there. So you're thinking, oh, this is it. Buddy's fucking heating up. Oops, sorry. 102.98 right here. Under 2 minutes. About now, 2 minutes here. Look at this. Oh, we got beat, and Thibs was pissed. He called a timeout. I believe Jericho was on the court at the time, and he was screaming at Jericho. I'm not sure why, because it seemed like the whole team broke down. But look at this huge 3-pointer. Monster 3-pointer by Jalen Brunson right there in that fourth quarter. That was so big because I think it woke the team up, made them feel like, wait a second, we have a chance to win this. And then he got this steal. Came up, so 5 points instantly. Knicks went down 6. Brunson comes through with 5 big buckets. But they didn't show here. They didn't show the free throws that Randall did. Fantastic. I am so happy right now. I am so happy. Here we go. All right. Move on. So you can see, I basically just rattled off all these stats while we were watching that. One thing, there was a play that almost crushed my soul. The Knicks were able to get a stop, and Grimes ended up with the ball, and it was a few, late. Like it was under 30 seconds, I believe, in the fourth quarter. All he had to do was just dribble it across the half-court line and keep dribbling and just pass it to a teammate. Instead, he just dribbles over the half-court line on the left side, and he gets sealed off. He's holding it like he's looking around, like as if, I don't know, like a lost child. Like, where's my mommy? Where's my daddy? Like, dude, you're a professional player. Go, dribble. Get out of there. He created that situation. If he had just kept dribbling it or passed it, would have been fine. But he was like looking for the bench. He was looking for Brunson. Come on. That almost blew it for us. But Brunson didn't allow it. Mr. Clutch came through. Fantastic. And excellent defense from Miles McBride, who basically is now showing up as one of the top perimeter defenders in the entire NBA. I don't know if a bench player who played such few minutes has ever got an all-NBA defensive nod. I don't know, but if anyone deserves a look, it's Miles McBride. That's for sure. Here, the plus minus, as you can see, the starters, other than Grimes, all the starters were in the plus, but Grimes wasn't in the negative. He finished with a 0. RJ led with a plus 11. RJ was excellent tonight. So good. Here, let me give you a little taste here. So RJ missed all 5 of his 3-point shots, and I tell you, his shot looked good. It's not like he was off. He was clanking or anything. It looked good. It was just off. I wish he had kind of kept shooting it. But 5 is a decent amount if you're not going to hit at least 1 by then or 2. So, or at least 1. But I personally don't believe that way. I think you got to keep shooting if you're open. Only if you're open, you got to keep shooting it because his shot is looking much better lately. And I think he's averaging like 38.1% overall during the 7-game win streak from the 3-point line. But tonight he wasn't having it. However, he he shot 10 of 14 overall inside the arc. 10 of 14. Excellent. To finish 24 points, 4 rebounds, hit 4 or 5 from the free throw line. And he played some decent defense. He did get 1 block. I can see it here. He got a couple of offensive rebounds, a couple of defensive rebounds. He was. I mean, I don't think without RJ we don't win this game. You can say that about any of the guys tonight. That's what a good all-around team effort this was. Knicks keep putting this kind of team effort out every night. They are going to be what this man just said. As good as any team in the NBA. I am so proud of the way that they have turned it around. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. And kudos to Thibs. You know, he was sensing the heat. You know, he's sensing the pressure. He finally made the move. You know, he cut the rotation down to 9. And he took, in fact, let's get to this. I'll show you. I tweeted about this. So here, I tweeted this out yesterday. Since the Mavs loss when Thibs went to a 9-man rotation and inserted Miles McBride into the second unit, the Knicks starting unit has been on fire. This lineup leads the NBA with a plus 24.9 net rating per 100 possessions. A 98.6 defensive rating. So they lead the NBA in defensive rating right now during this win streak. And are third with a 123.5 offensive rating, minimum 50 minutes played. We're talking about the starting unit. So as you can see here, so just to give you a little close-up on this. So these are the top net rating starting units that have played at least 50 minutes or more together in the previous 6 games. Now it's 7 games. So you can see right there, look, we're above the Sixers lineup, just barely, but there's the Heat, who've been playing well of late. There you have the Timberwolves lineup. That's an interesting lineup there. So the Knicks, they figured out something about shortening the rotation and inserting a defensive presence into the second unit, Miles, over Derrick Rose and Cam Reddish, taking Cam Reddish out of the whole conversation. I think that the player, it woke the first unit up. It's also, remember, Grimes. Grimes was inserted, had been already inserted earlier in that unit, and Mitch was hurt for a little bit, and he came back. So when Grimes and Mitch came back in, which that was about 10, 11 games ago, you know, it took a little while for that unit to try to start figuring it out. And that Milwaukee game was a very good game. I thought the Knicks played very well, even though we lost that game in Milwaukee. I thought that was a sign of positive things to come. And then that Dallas game happened. So it was like, But the effort in Milwaukee proved to be what this team could be about. And they have proven it here. Let me show you something else here. I think this is also interesting here. So now, this includes all last 7 games. The New York Knicks are behind only the Memphis Grizzlies, who won 7 straight. And they actually did finally lose. I think it was last night. This is the last 7 games. All teams the last 7 games in plus minus. Plus minus. That means the actual scoring. You know, more points scored than the other team. Memphis is first with 15.7. This is the whole team now. Not just talking about the starting unit. This is the whole team. The Knicks are second, 14.4. They're double. They're more than double of what the third team is. The Portland Trailblazers. And then go on and on and on. And in 3-point shooting, the Knicks in the past 7 games are shooting 36.1% as a team, even though tonight they didn't shoot that great as a team. They shot 30.8%, but this includes that. 36.1%. They're now 10th best in the NBA for the last 7 games. Free throw shooting, they are second with an 80.2%. You can see it here. It's up in here. You got to look closer. And in rebounding, they're first, 51.3. In plus minus, like I said before, they're second. And then if you look at their defensive rating overall for the past 7 games, 99.0, which is first best in the entire NBA. And then net rating, so that was defensive rating, 99.0. Net rating, 15.7. They are second best in the NBA. Defense, man. Defense. The Knicks have enough offense, especially when you have a guy like a Jalen Brunson who knows what to do when you desperately need a bucket. He knows how to get that bucket. Even when he doesn't make the bucket, he forces the defense to collapse enough, and then guys like a Mitch Robinson is there to collect and deposit. Beautiful. Beautiful. I am ecstatic by this win. I feel the Knicks. Next we play the Warriors, and which is going to be an interesting game. It's a nationally televised game, TNT. The Warriors did win tonight. I think Jordan Poole went off for 40-something points, so he's going to be tough. But they're playing at the Garden. No Steph, but if the Knicks can somehow pull off that win, that's going to be a tough one. And the next one right after that, it's a back-to-back. It's the Raptors. Now, the Raptors have been struggling, like I said, but still, they have pride. They don't like to lose to the Knicks. There's a certain bit of a competition between the Raptors and the Knicks. The players themselves, OG Anunoby and RJ, there's a little bit of, something going on there. So let's see. These next two games, if the Knicks can win, somehow continue the streak, and by Wednesday, when I'm talking to you, and the Knicks are 19-13, don't be surprised, because it's possible if they can replicate this team effort. Remember, Randall didn't even play that great. Randall shot 25% from the three-point line, 2 of 8, 7 of 17 overall, 41.2%. Let's see who else. Grimes only put up 3 shots, connected 1, which you saw there. Let's see. Quickly, 2 of 8. Like, the Knicks did not shoot that great, but overall, there's other players that didn't shoot that great. But RJ came through huge. He shot 52.6% of his buckets overall. Mitch, 80% of his. Brunson hit 50% of his. And of course, we always get the productivity from Jericho when he gets a chance. He hit 2 of 3 of his buckets, and so did Isaiah Hartenstein. He hit 1 of 2 overall. He hit it. So actually, Isaiah had a decent game tonight, defensively as well. All right, did I get all my points? I think I did. I love it. I feel like I'm having a bit of an outer body experience, guys. It was looking bleak, really bleak, as we all know, when we were 10-13. And it looked like the only real solution was just to clean house. And it was. It was going to be. If it had gone the other way, and now the team is now 13-17, heads would have rolled. So they saved themselves. Thibs finally broke through and turned to the final pieces on that bench that he had, the young pieces, and embraced them and gave them pivotal minutes. And it's given them confidence. And let's see, what did Deuce? He only hit 1 of 4 of his 3-point shots, but even his 3, it's looking better. He hit those 2 the other night, 2 in a row. So if that shot starts coming around, if Deuce's 3-point shot, IQ's 3-point shot start coming around to match what Grimes is starting to show us, man, what this guy says will hold true. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Please subscribe and follow me on Twitter. There it is, at Knicks-Verse, and hit the thumbs up button for me if you enjoyed the video. And please drop your comments. I want to hear your feelings and everything. I may have overlooked some stuff, and I appreciate all your comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and I will see you around the Knicks-Verse. So let's get 8, 9, 10 in a row. Let's go.